Good morning, YouTube. Replay game, people. Good morning from Atlanta. I'm Factz. I'm out here enjoying this nature. Nature is therapy. Just here to chat and chop it up and listen to this nature. I'm a believer. I'm a single mom of young men. I'm a poet. I speak on mental health, trafficking, a lot of things. I do not have a niche. Do you know that there are 3 presidents that are not good? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Allegedly, do you know, allegedly, there are 3 presidents that are not good? And if so, can you name them? Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you name those 3 presidents? One is in office, and there's one that you wouldn't believe. A lot of us have so much, we put so much trust in these celebrities, actors, singers, rappers, Democrats, Republicans. We should trust no one but God. Now, if you trust someone else, put it in the chat, put it in the comments. I wouldn't tell anyone what to do. I believe in people, but when it comes to trusting, I trust God. I trust God. I do not trust man. I believe in men. I believe in family. I believe in friends. And to tell you the truth, I don't even believe in the government. But do you know that there are 3 presidents that allegedly are not clean? Their hands are dirty. One of them in office. Is 2 more. Do you know? One of them they already spoke on. It's another one that many people don't know about. Go to your search bar on any platform. Look up trafficking. Look up who have islands. Look up them Epstein files. And you'll get a lot of clarity on things. Matter of fact, another thing I have been saying, people have been asking me, you know, do you go to church or I'm not a part of no church. I have been in the church. I have been baptized. I did all the things, right? However, I have a relationship with God. I do not trust man. And I have not heard any of the churches saying anything about the Epstein files, anything about trafficking, anything about parents, this we're going to do to protect our children. I have not heard any church talking about that. Not one. In fact, most of the churches, they're talking about salvation and they're talking about tithing. Salvation and tithing. That's what I continue to hear. I know this is not a popular conversation. In fact, different platforms do not like me to talk about this. They want me to be quiet. I'm not going to be quiet. It's like Friday. I'm going to be quiet. But guess what? I'm going to be talking again. Because, see, someone has to speak up for the children. Someone has to speak up for the children. If not you, if not me, then who? Who's going to speak up for the children? Who's protecting the kids? Do you know how many people have got missing this year alone? And I'm not just talking about the kids. I'm talking about protecting yourself, protecting your neighbor. How many people have been found by a tree this year? People don't just get found by trees. I don't care what nobody say. I don't believe people just being found by trees. What I do believe is what they're saying is true. That the people that have the authority, they're a part of it. And a lot of things in this world is rigged. We got to use our third eye. We got to keep our ears and eyes open, just like Yola said. We must be vigilant. We must be mindful. We must be alert. Because the adversary, the devil, he prowls around like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. Make sure you know where your children are. Know where your family members are. Keep in touch with them. Because strange things are happening. I'm not saying this to scare anyone. I'm saying this to bring awareness. There is power in numbers. The good must outweigh the bad. It's no longer about whether or not you're dark skinned or you're light bright. That's not what matters anymore. This always have been about good and evil. It's always been about good and evil. And some people, they just say they don't believe in Jesus. I think it makes them feel better because they can sin without they think without consequences, but really without having a conscience, because it's going to be consequences. It's consequences to everything we do. So before you act on anything, please think about the consequences and where it will lead you. And I'm talking from experience. If you're with the wrong person, if you have a cigar, if you drinking a beverage, if you eat right, if you exercise, all things is a consequence. Or say I exercise daily, I'm going to see results. If I eat the wrong thing daily, I'm going to see results. So whether you believe in Jesus or not, there are consequences to everything we do. Everything we do. So that's what I like to do. Before I do something, I consult with God and I think, where would this take me? Be in a hurry for nothing, but in all things by prayer and supplication, let your requests be known to God. What does this mean? Be in a hurry for nothing, but by prayer and supplication, let my requests be known to God. It means have a conversation with God and don't be in a hurry for anything. Be patient and ask God to order your steps to those that believe. Now again, I ask you, thanks for the light. Now again, I ask you, do you believe allegedly there are 3 presidents' hands that are dirty? 3 presidents' hands that are dirty. What do you mean by that? One of them in office right now. All this allegedly. Have you went by the Epstein files and gave them a look? We must be aware, because kids, people are still they're missing every day. People being found by trees. Every time I pick up my phone and go on social media, another kid have been missing or have been trafficked. And it's some of your favorite people. Diddy's not the only one. It's just like Clive Davis, he gone now. He got away with a lot of things before he left here, allegedly. He was one of the head people that was a part of all of it. All this is allegedly for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is awareness and nature content this morning. I would appreciate if you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. If you disagree with me, you can put a 2 in the chat. Now, as I said, there are 3 presidents whose hands are dirty. Allegedly, 1 is in office. I was trying to put a poll up here, but I see today YouTube want me to put up the poll that they want me to put up here. I don't want to put up here what kind of cookie you like. I want to know who's a believer and who's not. and who's woke and who's not. What I mean by woke, do you really know what's going on? Are you just going on in this world? Because see, I strive to be in this world, but not a part of this world. Are you understanding what I'm saying by that? Like, I'm here. I participate with my family and my friends, but there's a lot of things in this world I do not participate with. Like, for example, I came home, fixed my meal, fixed my plate, and there was this movie on TV called Bad Boys 2. I can't watch that anymore. You know, I cannot watch Bad Boys 2 anymore. See, once I've heard about all these things that a person have done, I can't promote it. Certain songs I can't listen to anymore. Certain radio personalities I can't listen to anymore because I heard what's really going on with them. And I'm just waiting to see who else gonna wake up. And when all the real dirt is gonna come out. You know, it's like he said, drain the swamp, but start with Trump. He the one said drain the swamp. He was gonna drain the swamp. But he a part of the swamp. He like the head of the swamp. Have you heard? Allegedly. I say drain the swamp too. Start with Trump and those other two presidents. You know, they did a so-called interview of Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. You know, they've been calling her Cricket Hillary. And at that time, I was like, why they saying that? I want to vote for Hillary. They just don't want a woman into office now. She crooked. Allegedly. Trafficking. Trafficking is a big business. And you know, I was talking to someone the other day, and we was talking about a rapper. And I said, yes, I heard they got off because they have money. That's why they got off. But was it true that they was trafficking people? I believe it is. And to this day, that rapper I no longer want to listen to. And see, one thing I realized, that's why I can visit people and love on them, the holidays and all that, but I can't hang with people that act like nothing's going on. Like, I cannot, because I'm too intelligent for that. I'm just gonna tell the truth. I'm too intelligent for that. Like, I don't listen to Glorilla. I don't listen to Sexy Red. I don't. And now that I found out about another rapper who I, supported, people being paid off. But that doesn't mean that they're not wrong. Like I said, trafficking is a big business. And some people are getting caught and some people are not. Pay attention to what's going on. You remember Cash Out? Cash Out? Cash Out wasn't the only one. Some people getting caught. And I believe that some people are not just getting caught. They got to send somebody to, pay the piper. However, some of them just a part of the board. It's like chess and checkers. So they moved that figure up there. But the big fish, it's a multi-million-dollar business. They still doing it every day, allegedly. You got the White House backing it. He pardoning everybody. The milk spoiled and the water dirty. Literally. They got us drinking dirty water, allegedly. Inflation continued to grow. I made a petition voting against inflation. I don't know how. I got to go on there today and see if anybody signed the petition. But there are ways. It's power in numbers. And it's also ways that we can stand. They want me to put their questions on here. I don't want to put my questions on here. I'm putting my question on here that I want to put on here. Yeah, so like I was saying, good morning. Good morning from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Factz. I'm a believer. I'm a poet. Um, I speak on mental health awareness, trafficking, parenting, Jesus. I speak on a lot of things. Do we have any believers up in here? Now, this person name I put on here, I'm starting to bring her name up because she's been telling the story a long time ago, and no one wants to listen to her. People want to say she must be out of her mind or whatnot. Well, I say this: imagine that you have been trafficked, beat, battered, allegedly, all of this since you was a child. And now you're an adult and you're trying to tell people what's going on and people still don't want to listen. Well, her story and some other people's story, I'm drawn to because I'm a survivor of sexual assault myself and a domestic violence relationship. So I believe that's why I'm always drawn to things like this. And I like to spread awareness. Like my children, even as adults, like I'm like, where you at, son? Because there's so much going on. And like a lot of people being said to, oh, they was found by a tree. Don't let people gaslight you and make you think all people with mental illness are suicidal. Yeah, I said want to take themselves out. YouTube, chat, people, everyone with mental health do not want to take themselves out. Me personally, I'm diagnosed with bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, and PTSD. And let me tell you, I know for sure that I wanted to be here because the last time that man put his hands on me, he did 6 months. And I had to put hands back on him because I love me. And I said all the time, I would never take myself out of here. So stop believing the hype about people who are mentally ill or taking themselves out. People not just being found on or around trees, people. Let's be real. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'll tell you, I haven't seen so much going on in my life. I've been in Atlanta, Georgia all my life, graded baby. And people being found by trees. Let me say this. Most of the people being found by trees, I believe they're in sundown towns. You know, sundown town, if you don't know what that is, Google it. Right in the heart of Atlanta, right here where I'm at by the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Zone 1. Bankhead, they call it Donnelly Hollowell. I'm still calling it Zone 1. I guarantee you, we not being found by no trees. We not being found by no trees. And one thing I'll say too, they trying to run us up out of here, allegedly. They trying to clean it up and get this side of town together because they want us out of here. They got this FIFA, whatever the hell is going on. I don't care nothing about it. I really don't. I care about these children missing. I care about these parents neglecting their children, saying they don't know where they at. They being found in water. They being found by a tree. They being found in pieces. All this type of stuff. That's what I'm concerned about. And I don't think we mad enough. I don't. I mean, after listening to Alice's story, Sasha Riley, it's so many, some people name I can't even name, people that modeled and they took advantage of them. It's one person I actually stopped connecting with him because I was tired of the stories. It was just so sad. But the modeling industry took advantage of him. And like I said, it's just like Okay, thank you. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate it. I love when people engage with me. So I'll know they at least hear me. I mean, you don't have to agree with me. And another thing you can do, you can go across my content and check me out. Like I said, I do poetry. I listen to nature. I do karaoke. I speak on hot topics, have meaningful conversations, because I feel like, although I'm a small content creator, we need more people speaking, especially in Atlanta, Georgia. It's so much going on around here. And let me say this, in Atlanta, they're so into making money, right? And I'm not against that. Most people say, why you? I'm not against that. I worked at CNN for 3 years. 3 years sounds for change. I was a lead housekeeper. When I went through a mental breakdown almost, I would, not drastic where show, but if you were paying attention, if you knew anything, you would know that I was going through something. I lost some people. I lost my grandmother, and she was like my mom. She helped raise me part of my life. I lost my uncle. I lost my cousin. I lost my friend. I lost some people. You know what I'm saying? And I had not fully healed from, I guess I would say, losing my first nephew. So I've been, that's when I found out that I needed therapists, and I got therapy. Do you believe in therapy? I believe in therapy, and I believe in Jesus. And I also know that you can be depressed and believe in God at the same time. And I never knew that. I never knew that. You can believe in God and you can still be depressed. But when I tell you I fight it every day, but when I tell you my family give me reason to fight every day, and when I say fight every day, I would never say I don't want to be here. I mean, when I don't want to get out of bed because this world's so depressing, I have a reason to get up. And another thing that makes me determined to get up, these bad seeds in this world. I got to get up because I got to wake people up, and I want people to know. Allegedly, yes, there are 3 presidents. Their hands dirty. Their hands dirty. Trafficking is a big business. If you know, like I know, it can be friends, it can be family. Some people, when it comes to money, they turn a blind eye to anything. We gonna give you this money. It's hush money. We gonna give you this money just to be quiet, just to look the other way. I'm gonna give you this money, and when I give you this money, I want you to look the other way. Don't say nothing. You never heard of that person. You don't know nothing about that. Don't say nothing. It could be right in your face. They'll tell you, oh, that didn't happen. Just take this money. I can make you a hot commodity. I can make you big. I can make you the largest. If you just sacrifice this. If you just sacrifice that. These people think they Jesus. If you sacrifice this, I'll give you riches. I'll give you fame. It's in the Bible. Did they not tempt Jesus? Did he not try to tempt Jesus? But the part where I don't understand is, how, if I own this place, how are you going to offer me something that I already own? All this will be yours. How this will be mine? All this already mine. What are we talking about? Now, that part of the Bible I do not get. I don't get that part. How am I offering you? What if how someone tell me, hey, Factz, if you promote this music right here, then I'll give you a home. How can you offer me something I already have? So that's what I don't understand. I just don't understand how Satan offered Jesus everything when Jesus is and has everything. How did he offer? How did Satan offer Jesus it all when Jesus has it all? Now that part of the Bible, I'm gonna need some clarity on. I don't get it. But I will say this, like I said, people will offer you something for something. In the Bible it says, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? I'm not no sellout for nobody. I'm not gonna listen to their music. I'm not gonna do those nasty things. And I'm not gonna go along to get along with anybody, to be popular, to be famous. If it was just one person on my platform every day, that would be okay with me, because I'm not gonna sell out to nobody for fame or fortune. Whatever I do, I ask God to guide me, and I want God's hands to be in it. If God's hands can't be in it, that means I'm not doing the right thing anyway. That's why I often ask people, do you believe in Jesus? Some people say they Muslim, and some people say they, with other type of religion, and I'm not judging them. But some people do not believe in anything or anyone, but they trust the wrong people. Like, what are we doing? Just something to think about. Something to think about. Do we think before we speak? Do we think before we move? Do we ask God for direction? Are we paying attention to what's going on in this world and around us? Are we in this world or of this world? I'm in this world. I'm not trying to be of this world. And I know some things are being done for financial gain. However, some things I just don't care to be a part of. I don't care to be a part of, some of the things going on in Atlanta. Because it's all about the almighty dollar. A quick pro quo, as that man in the White House say, a quick pro quo. And that's what he do, a quick pro quo. And let evil people continue to populate the White House, the seats, and the celebrities and the traffickers and all them. Allegedly, he pardoned them. He get them off. That's what's going on in this world, and no one care enough. People don't care enough. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. People are not caring enough, and that's why I'm here to bring awareness. Because whether you are small, creator, whatever, you should use your platform to inform and encourage. Inform, encourage. Inform, encourage. Especially if you have a large platform like these churches, God is going to hold you accountable. I heard somebody the other day, oh yeah, he had a big church, he got all this money. And then I had to think about it. They have not been within God realm for a while. Now they say they are, but we have to watch what we promote. Because we promote partying all the time, getting a cigar all the time, pouring a beverage all the time. This is the daily the weekend activity. Then, you judge a book by its cover. So we all fall down and we can get up. Right now, I'm struggling with my who I used to be, trying to get me back where I used to be. And I don't want to be that. I'm not her no more. I've been struggling with this for some years because I had been a social and a problem drinker. Now I realize that I have to align myself. You have to surround and align yourself with like-minded people. You have to replace the negative habits, like go for a walk, exercise, do a puzzle, paint with your friends or your family. We have to. You can't just tell people don't smoke or don't drink or whatever. You have to put something in place of that. Eat healthy. Take time out to learn how to eat healthy, prepare a healthy meal. Those types of things. You don't always have to go in no church. You just have to be around like-minded people. I don't want to be a part of no church because like I said, no one in church, I have not heard anyone talk about trafficking, anyone talking about who's in the White House. I haven't heard anything about the three presidents that hands are dirty, allegedly. I haven't heard anything about them. Do you know who the three presidents are, who their hands are dirty? Have you heard of them? One of them in the White House right now, allegedly. They got some people, but we have to think, just like they got Diddy. Before Diddy, there was Clive. Clive gone. Did he ever serve one day in jail? Allegedly, he was dirty. That's why when they posted him, I'm like, I'm strolling by, and I'm not an evil person, but I would not say rest in peace. I won't co-sign on none of that BS. I won't. I don't co-sign on mess. That's just who I am. And that's another thing. I'm not going to be who nobody want me to be. I'm going to be myself. I don't care if nobody don't clap for me. I'm going to clap for me. I'm going to show up for me. And I'm going to keep talking. God give us all a voice, and we got to decide what are we going to use it for. Good or evil. Because people talk about it's this, that. Yes, in the Carmela Anthony case, in many cases, it's definitely black and white. We can play like we don't know that, but it is. However, it's always been about good and evil. And that's why I ask people, do you know the Lord? Because it's in your Bible. Now, I don't force Jesus on anybody. But as for me, in my house, my body, whatever, we going to serve the Lord. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all of these things shall be added unto you. I have children. I can't make them believe in Jesus. I can only tell them like I did when they was younger, and I took them to church and they know the Lord. They know about the Lord. Now, it's ultimately their decision, because I can bring them in this world, but I can't get them to heaven. They got to want it for themselves. Now, I'm not going to go over it again this morning, but it's in my content if you want to know the roadmap to salvation or how to become saved. If you want salvation with Jesus Christ. But that's just one part, one element that I talk about. Because, like I said, I'm not going to push Jesus to nobody. All I can tell you is, because you know Jesus and you gave your life to Jesus, do not mean everything going to be perfect, right? However, God Almighty, he's Omega, beginning and end. And he will show up in his time, not your time, in his time. He's always made a way out of no way. He's always turned my darkness into day. So, that's my experience. But you have to get to know him or try him for yourself. But in a world like it is, like, I kind of skipped over the Revelations part, and I really, really, really wasn't, I guess I was a babe in Christ. I wasn't mature enough to understand exactly what it was talking about. But all these things that's going on in the world now, that's what they was talking about in Revelations. That's what they was talking about at the beginning of the Bible. They just put it in a context as a story, but what the Bible is doing is telling you about daily living and how this world is. So you take that and you use that, It's like awareness, like I'm talking about. There's nothing new under the sun. This trafficking and all these type of things, it been going on. It just been swept on the rug because so many people so caught up in celebrities. Like, I mentioned a person the other day, Obama. And somebody was like, what? No, okay. Allegedly. Like I said, it's 3 presidents. That's all I'm going to say. But we put these people on a pedestal. Rappers, singers, Democrats, Republicans. Do you know who these people really are? When they turn off that screen, when they close that door, we don't know who they are. But I have a good idea. Because I'm aware and I listen. And I ask God to you know, show me. See, once you really have a relationship with God, He will show you some things. And I can pick up this phone. You know how people say that because they are listening to us, God is listening too. I can pick up this phone and anything that I want to know, I can almost guarantee you it's gonna be on here. I'm so for real. It's like confirmation. Like I'll be talking to someone or something happen, and God will bring it right back to me in my face. And that's when you know you're in alignment with Jesus, because He'll bring you that confirmation. I was just saying this yesterday, and I promise you, He'll bring it back full throttle in your face. Sometimes I talk to Him, and Jesus is my friend. My grandmother, she was my friend. She gone. I don't have no friends because somebody told me I expect too much out of people. Well, I expect out of people what I would give and what I would do. So I don't think they're expecting too much. That's me. I don't want to be unequally yoked with people. Like if I'm trying to be closer to God, I don't want nobody who's trying to be closer to the world. Like everything they want to do is the world. Let's go here. Let's go there. You know, it's this going on. It's that going on. And that's all they're thinking about. What about Jesus? What about the children that are missing? What about that? So, like, that's unequally yoked. Like, we're not on the same wavelength. We're not on the same vibration. And that don't mean, like, you're not on my level. But it do. It really do. Because we're on two different wavelengths. Like, you worrying about the next party, the next concert, the next vacation. And I'm thinking about what can I do to make the world better? What can I do to help the children? What can I do to possibly save a child? What can I do to encourage someone to still be here? Or what can I do to, show someone how to be safe so they don't get missing? What can I do to make sure my family paying attention to what's going on in this world? That's what I'm on. So I would have to say, we probably not on the same level. To most people, I would say, no, we probably not on the same level. Most people I know anyway. Because there are some people that are talking about this that I follow and connect with. I went in my search bar because I really want to know. I looked at some of the Epstein files. And then it became a time when, for some reason, I couldn't even get into the Epstein files. However, when I put it in my search bar, everybody started popping up that was talking about it. That's how I heard about Sasha Riley and some more people name I can't even really think right now. But that's why I do not post children on here that often unless it's a holiday. And in fact, I said I was gonna go on here, and any pictures that I post for like my grandbaby birthday or anything, like I didn't even post our graduation picture on here because the whole time the children taking a picture in the school at Chuck E. Cheese and all that, the pedophiles are getting a hold to these pictures, and that's how they are deciding who's gonna be their next victim. Did you know that? If you haven't heard, then I don't know where you've been. But yes, that's what's going on. Even if you didn't pay for your children picture at school, now they had pictures of your children because they took pictures at the school, and then random people have a picture of your children, and they look in them pictures and they decide which child they like, and the next thing you know, allegedly, that child go missing. Not too many people know about this. But see, it depends on what you're drawn to. Because, see, I'm drawn to what's going on in this world, while other people drawn to listen to Glorilla and the next Usher concert. I'm looking into what went on with Usher. What happened to Justin Bieber? Allegedly. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm on. I'm on that kind of time. Not, can I go to this person's concert? They might be singing a song. You might be worshiping the devil. You don't even know what's going on for real. Because some people have been bought, allegedly. And some people have sacrificed in order to get where they at. Now, you'll have to read between the lines because a lot of things I can't say on here. But have you heard Allie Carter speak? Even Jaguar Wright say some things. Now, her, Allie Carter, and some more people, what is that, Gene Deal, everybody might not be on the same wavelength. They might not be in it together. They have their own story. However, Cat Williams, he telling y'all some things. He telling us some things. Some people just don't want to open their eyes and listen with their ears. They don't. I believe a lot of things will keep going on until there's power number, until we all wake up and see what's really going on and stop running to them concerts and treating people like they are God, because God is our God, you know. And, you know, everybody don't believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in Jesus Christ. But that's even in the Bible. There should be no other God but God. So these celebrities, rappers, singers, Democrats, that man in the White House, all three presidents, Obama, Trump, Bill Clinton, allegedly, their hands dirty. So I'm going to help you out for those who don't know the ones I'm talking about. This all allegedly. But if you listen to this person that I got on here, have you heard of, you got some people talking. You just got to listen. Now, if you don't want to know the truth, then stay lost. Stay out there in the dark. I'm in the light. And it's nothing new on the sun. This stuff been going on. And the bigger people get, the more come with it. The more sacrifice. Now, there are some people that are innocent and they are not big. And you know why they not big? Because they didn't sacrifice. They didn't want to sacrifice. And by sacrifice, I don't mean their time. You do the math. You do the math. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Because that's what some of them doing. I mean, it's like they used to say, laugh now, cry later. Some of them having a good time. They ain't worried about they ain't thinking about no bills. They ain't worried about nothing. Like, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what bill I'm going to pay next. And sometimes I have to figure out, am I going to go to the grocery store or am I going to pay this bill? But I promise you, they ain't worried about nothing but they soul. They ain't worried about nothing but they soul. Let me tell you guys, I be out here watching nature, and today, this have never happened. It's a blackbird just went through my car park and went around to my front porch. That has never happened. Don't you supposed to be sleeping so you can go where you gotta go? You better get some rest.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Hey everyone, I want you to have a miracle money making Monday. Don't forget to pray. Thank you for listening to me. Check out my content and check out this person that I got on this post. Check her out. Go over there at GSL. They have her now, and she's talking about some things. That's one of the people that support her. GSL. It's right here on YouTube. So search GSL and you will find Miss Carter. And search Sasha Riley. And if you haven't listened to Cat Williams, he tell you a lot of things. Jack Warwright. A lot of these people, they say something wrong with them, but there's something always wrong with people when they come out with the truth. Have you ever paid attention to that? Something is wrong with anybody who's telling the truth. So beware of that. They'll be saying something wrong with me too. And I already said I'm bipolar, not schizophrenic. I'm bipolar, depression, anxiety, and PTSD from a domestic violence relationship. I'm also a survivor of SA. It's in my poem. I speak on it. Who will weep for the little girl? It's in my poem. I have another poem or two on in my content. You'll have to like wean through the content, but I do have some poems on there. Like I said, I have no niche. I talk about many things. I'm here to bring awareness, and God directed my path to here, so I'm here. I'm Factz. I'm on FB. I'm on the gram. Check me out. I'm out.